What up, it's your girl British, and you are now watching Unscripted. Music has been a part of my life since, I don't know, the womb. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mama was a singer, so, I mean, she had me real young, but she was a singer, she grew up in church, and then when I came out the womb, grandma raised me, she made sure I was in church, and then I got into all the choirs and all of that. So music has been, my granddaddy was like a VJ on the radio. I said VJ, DJ, radio DJ, something like that, whatever they call. But my granddaddy, he played instruments, and then my grandma also sang too. So it's been since the womb.
All right.
It's in my blood.
So how did you come up with the name British?
I didn't come up with it. Grandma said, literally, the British is coming when I was in the womb. She was for real. She had been saying it for months, and nobody really knew what she was talking about. She just kept saying, the British is coming. She never said, oh, that's what we naming the child, like she was my mama. She was like, the British is coming, and I came. Voila.
All right. What makes your music different than other artists?
Ooh. I would probably say, I feel like everybody's pretty passionate, but I'm not writing just for people to shake their tail or have a good time. Like I'm writing from a place of truth, honesty, and I feel like what I'm trying to do with my music is for people to feel healed, to feel confident in themselves, and to know that they can and truly do whatever they want to do in life.
All right, what advice do you have for anybody trying to get into the entertainment industry?
Be yourself. Like, social media has a way of making people feel like they have to be something that they're not. So if you're trying to get into anything entertainment, just be yourself, be authentic. People actually love that because there's always going to be someone that can relate to you. There's always going to be someone that's looking for somebody that they can relate to. So just be authentic. Stop doing all these TikTok trends. I mean, do a TikTok trend, but be yourself about it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So what type of entertainer would you say that you are? Like, would you say you're just a musician? Do you feel like you classified as just an entertainer as a whole, or what?
I'm definitely a whole entertainer. I do it a lot. I'm thankfully and gratefully and blessed enough to be gifted with a lot of talent, and I just have a creative mindset. So it's not just music. Music is the baby for sure, but like I'm directing, I'm doing fashion type joints. I mean, not for other people, for myself right now, but I just feel like I have an all around sort of entertainment thing on me. So
with fashion, is that something that you would like to do for other artists eventually, or is that something you just want to keep to yourself?
Oh no, I'm definitely open to it. I've had a few people ask me, and I've helped out a few people, and it was actually fun doing it, and I felt real in the moment and authentic in the moment of helping someone do that. So I feel like whatever thing entertainment wise, if I feel authentic in the moment and I feel like this is something that I could do, then I definitely pursue it.
Got you. All right. What are some new projects that you're working on?
Oh, I got a lot going on. My brain is full of projects. But I'm working on some short films. I'm working on some videos. I'm working on some music. I'm working on actually my hair right now. It's not fully done. And I'm actually working on like a clothing line. So
yep. Tell us more about the clothing line.
So I have this clothing line called Creative. And I first made it for creatives. But I had this IGTV situation where I was like interviewing people, and it was called I Shall Live. Because not too long ago, or it was a while ago now, about 4 years, my brother passed away from suicide, but he was a creative. And the purpose behind it was for people just to know that they, are worth living, that whatever they have to put out matters, and people want to hear it and see it. So I created this line. A few of the hoodies are "I shall live," "Healing please wait," "I am healing," "I'm a creative," and vulnerability, because it's all right to be vulnerable. We actually want you to be vulnerable because that makes it authentic in your art. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm working on right now.
All right, so it's a question going around that's on social media, and it's asking, would you rather have, I think it's $1 million or lunch with Jay-Z? Which one would you choose?
I saw Jay-Z. The only reason why I'm going to say it this way is because I saw Jay-Z tweet, "Take the $1 million." And I feel like I watched another interview of this little girl on the street. He was coming out of somewhere, where celebrities be at in New York. And she asked him a question. She asked him a few questions and he answered all of them the same way. So, and it was just like, all he kept saying was, "Be yourself." Like, be yourself. That's all he kept saying. So I feel like when he tweeted that, he was like, I can give you advice from experience, but only you can really experience something the way that you're going to experience it. So after Jay-Z tweeted that, I would take the $1 million. But if he hadn't tweeted that, I would definitely sat down with him because he has so much knowledge. But I just feel like there's so many interviews that you can watch now and get all the information that you need from Jay-Z. So
definitely take the $1 million.
Take the $1 million. According to Jay-Z, take the $1 million, and I'm gonna listen to a smart man. Okay.
Absolutely. All right. What do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years, like as British? Like, what are the things that you want to do, music related or outside of music? Like, what do you hope to bring to life within the next 5 to 10 years?
Ooh. I don't really like to scope too far. If I'm honest, I know like people say, you should have a goal in 5 to 10 years. But one of the things, and the reason behind that is because we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And I'm a woman of faith, and God, in the Bible, he talks about how you shouldn't worry about what happened yesterday and don't worry about tomorrow because nobody knows what tomorrow brings. Worry about the present. Not worry, but be in the present. And I feel like if I'm focused too much on something that's too far away from me, I will laser focus on that because I'm sort of a perfectionist when it comes to stuff like that. So, but anyway, I do know that eventually I would love to have a center for artists, for all kinds of artists, young, old. But I envision that the center would have like a stage for actors, a studio for musicians, a classroom for anybody who wants to teach music or something like that. But that's one of the biggest things that I care for as far as 5 to 10 years goes on from now. And then I just want people to know that they have a place that they can come to for healing too. Like, that's one of my biggest things. I know a lot of people are hurting and a lot of people are going to continue to hurt, especially with the way that the world is going right now. And I feel like it's always been that way. But now that mental health is coming more to the forefront and people aren't afraid to go see a therapist or talk about what they're going through, I want to be an advocate for that. So, and homeless veterans. I always had a place in my heart for homeless veterans. I'm a veteran myself, so I would love to have a transitional home for veterans to be able to get off the street if that's what they desire and get into society, and be able to upkeep the lifestyle that they want to live.
Now, I agree. In the world today, like, mental health is a big thing or whatnot. So with COVID and everything going on, like, what tips do you have for people who are battling or struggling with their mental health? What would you tell them?
Oh man, first I would say stay off social media, and stop watching the news, at least until you can get to a space where you're not triggered by certain stuff. Because I know like family members have lost a lot of people to COVID. I actually lost an uncle to COVID. It was a great uncle, and I wasn't really close, so it didn't really affect me like that. But I saw how it affected other people, and so just stay out of the news. I feel like right now, because COVID is such a big thing, we're still in a pandemic, that's all they talk about, right? And so if that's something that triggers you, don't watch the news, don't get on social media, just kind of attend to what your needs are. And then for mental health, you need to assess like what is making you feel the way that you feel, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's anxious, whether it's depressed. Like really get down to what could have caused me to start feeling like this? What have I been doing lately? And then really figure out what your soul needs. Like, and when I say soul, what your soul needs, I mean, like, when's the last time you ran in the rain? You know, when's the last time you belted out a song that you just really wanted to sing? When's the last time you danced around in your house naked? Like something like that. Like something that will make you just feel like nothing else in this world can feel. Because when you start to rely on the world to make you feel a certain way, that's when you start to crash. And you just really got to know who you are. So just really start to look deeper into yourself, but stay off social media and stop watching the news. Those are bad places.
So really, what you're saying is, like you said before, be true to yourself, and try to be more free and not allow the world to place this like restrictions on your life. Like, do what make you feel good.
Yeah.
Yep, and move according to your own drum, basically.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like it's a lot of stuff in the world right now that's trying to control who you are, and if you relinquish that control and have control over yourself, it's really nothing in this world that can bother you. Nothing. So.
All right, so another off the wall question. I want to hear your best knock joke.
Oh my God. How much time I got? Knock. Lord. I don't know no knock jokes. I can give you a joke I get off Laffy Taffy though.
All right.
Okay. What did the cabbage preacher say to his congregation?
What?
Let us pray. That's my favorite Laffy Taffy joke, bro. It's so whack, but it's so funny. Knock. Who's there? Me who? Me.
She winging it.
Yeah, I don't know, no, and I don't need to be looking too far over here because the back of my head not done. So.
Oh man, this is unscripted.
Oh yeah.
You gotta show the people.
Yeah. Oh, y'all want to see the back? Y'all want to see my little baby ponytail? Let me give y'all a little side. Doop. That's all you get. That's it.
Now, was this inspired by Nicole TV?
Who?
Nicole TV.
Who's that? Oh, my girl. Ooh, I ain't mean to do you like that because I know who you are, man. Hey, she is funny as crap, bro. But nah, I actually haven't watched anything of hers. Actually, I saw something on TikTok the other day when she was walking outside. No, and she had her boyfriend's shoes on. And he, you know, the Jordans, you can't put no crease in them. And she tiptoed on them mugs like this, bro. That joke was so funny. And then she called him one time, had the baby. He was like, I'm out with my homeboys. And she was like, you do have a homie. You do have a boy. So come home. Yo, she funny. She funny.
Let me see. No.
She real funny.
Oh, I forgot to ask you this question. So, with your music, do you rap, sing, produce? What is it exactly that you do with music?
Man, I'm rapping and clapping. No. I rap, sing, produce, write, and I can mix a little bit. I'm a better mixer live, but I can do a little bit just to, get the idea of the song out there.
All right. How can people contact you? Follow you?
Don't. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. At thebritishescoming.com. I'm just playing. Instagram is, it is at thebritishescoming. TikTok is thebritishescoming. The website is thebritishescoming.com, but that's more so like about my traveling. And then I think Twitter is thebritishescoming.com too. I mean, The British is Coming.
All right. If you could choose one artist, major artist, to do a song with, who would it be?
That is hard. Just one?
Just one.
All I get is one mic. It would be very cliche, but very rightfully so, to say Beyonce, but I would say Andre 3000 before Beyonce. Because he like my biggest influence. Well, really it's 4 biggest influences, but Andre 3000, just the way he raps, the way that he sings, the way that he makes music, his swag, all of it is just very inspirational to me. And he's from the hometown, you know what I'm saying? ATL. So I don't know why I keep saying hometown. Like, I'm from the A, but I'm really was born in Pensacola, Florida. Shout out to Pensacola. But yeah, Andre 3000 for sure. And I wish he would come up from wherever he at underground to give us another album. But I was watching an interview with him not too long ago, and that man said he don't feel like he has anything to say to his generation. And I'm like, oh, you have so much to say. But, you know, got to let him deal with that. But, yeah, Andre 3000 for sure.
All right, for up-and-coming artists, do you think they should remain independent, or do you think they should sign a deal?
Don't sign no deal. The deals are the devil. The deals are good if your dream is to really be mainstream, big, and do whatever it takes to get to where you want to go, then do a deal. I don't agree with that, because whenever you get into do whatever it takes, you start to lose who you are. And then now you're being controlled again, right? We talked about control earlier. But I would say stay independent. But when you stay independent, I know when you hear independent, it's like, well, how am I going to get paid? You do other stuff. There are other things. If you can sing or rap, you have so much more potential to do other things too. Like, you're an entertainer. If you see yourself on the stage, then you can do any kind of stage, I feel like. So, independent, man. If you want to live your life according to the way that you envision it, independent for sure.
All right, so what is your driving force in life? Like, what would you say motivates you the most to get up and do what it is that you do and move the way that you move?
Getting up, breathing. Like, I got another chance at life to do what I've always wanted to do. And so that's motivation enough for me. It used to be like, oh, you know, my family, I love my family. Anybody who knows me knows family means the most to me. And that's still a driving force. But just the fact that God allowed me to, like, wake up in the morning and I still have another day to do it. It's this Bishop Rosie. She quoted something that said, oh, I probably butcher it, but procrastination is basically procrastination is
I know what you're talking
like
about.
it's like a shot at God, because he gave you a chance to do something, and then you believe that you have more of a chance to do it another day, and tomorrow not promised, the next moment not promised. And so I butchered that so bad. Sorry, Bishop Rosie. But yeah, so whenever I do wake up and I need to do a better job at getting up earlier, I'm thankful enough that I have breath in my body to keep going, even if I'm hurting, even if I don't feel like it, even if it's just a bad day. Like, I'm going to do what I feel like God has given me according to his will. So,
all right, so ending question: what motivation do you want to leave people, like, just in general, anybody who watching this right now, maybe the little girls or the little boys or whoever who's watching it right now in the world that may be in need of motivation? What do you have to say to those people?
I think I feel like I said this already, but be like who you are. Like, who you are, not what your mama said, not what the doctor said, not what your pastor said, not what your friends say. Be who you are, but you really have to tap into that thing a lot, because as you get older, as you grow, as you learn, as you fail, as you succeed, things about you change. You have a different perspective of life. You have a different perspective of situations. So it's important for you to always know who you are, because if you don't, you will lose yourself in someone else, in something else. And it's so important to stay true to yourself, because if you stay true to yourself, your heart will be in the right place. Your mind will be in the right place. Your thoughts will be in the right place. And nothing that anyone says or does, or anything that happens to you, will be able to sway you from yourself and persuade you to do something outside of yourself. Because I feel like once you start to do stuff outside of yourself, that's when, you know, the depression, the negative thoughts comes in, and it's really a ball of, like, confusion. So the biggest thing is to stay true to yourself and know who you are. Who you are right now is going to be different than who you are 5 years from now. So always check in with yourself. Check in with yourself before you check in with your therapist, before you check in with your pastor, before you check in with your mom, friends, all of that. Check in with yourself always. That's it.
All right, that's British, y'all.
Peace up, A-Town. No, I'm just playing. Thank y'all.